from Odoro Ekiti in the Konde local government of the state. I am a software engineer by profession. I spent almost half of my life in the United States, and I came back in the middle of 2004-05 to participate in politics. I was actually brought into politics by the former governor of the state, Autonomy, Adebisi, who is a very close friend of mine, and the leader. The party I belonged to then was Alliance for Democracy. We were in opposition, and we wanted to make sure that Ekiti is put in the right place where it's supposed to be, because the government of the day at that time were bamboozling our people with all kind of fraudulent ways of doing things, you know. So I came in, leveraging my exposure in the United States as a software engineer. I studied there in the US, and I was very much active in Ekiti social cultural organization in the US. Then I was a founding member of Ekiti Parapo Association of New York then. So I've been very active. And if you want to get involved in politics, I believe that you should equally be a community activist, where you participate in what is going on within your domain. So I came in, and I'm glad this is where we are today. I was the only governorship aspirant then in 2006 that did not decamp from AC to PDP out of 16 of us. So I supported Dr. John Cowdy Fayemi, who emerged as the winner of that primary then. And we were together through the struggle to reclaim the mandate at that time and we formed the government in 2010. And I was given the first political appointment then to be the chairman project monitoring, to oversee all the projects in the state, especially the ones that the previous administration was undergoing. And I recommended that governance is a continuum, that we should finish all the projects. And I'm glad, I was glad then my recommendation was taken into use by the then new governor. Throughout my tenure in the local government, I made sure that the staffs of the local government were well attended to. Things that were creating crisis then, like backlog of promotion and exams and all that. Before I came in there, they were refusing to take exam. But after sitting down with the union there, the NOGE, and I explained to them the essence of taking it, you need to be tested for what you're doing, and they agreed with me because of my style, my approach. Because we Ekiti people, we are supposedly stubborn people, that's what they call us. But Ekiti is not just stubborn, we're just a set of people that we want people to explain to us what they're doing. Don't just come in here and tell us you should do this, you should do that. I would say we're very rebellious in a way, but in a very positive way. Some people take it negatively and say, oh yeah, Ekiti people, they like writing petitions, this and that. But because we are educated. There's no household you go to in Ekiti that you won't see well-educated people. So, and I don't see anything wrong with that. As an Ekiti man, brought up in Ekiti, before I traveled out, I realized what they were asking for is not too much. It's within the ambit of the government to be able to do it for them. And I was able to do it. I made sure that on a monthly basis, we conducted training. I got involved leading professors from Ekiti State University to, instead of going outside the state, to help us put things together. And it was very good. Backlog promotions were given. Most of the people who thought they could not take the exam, with my style, they were able to take the exam, and a lot of them were able to get loans housing loan, and a few other things. And you know, because when you look at the civil service structure in Ekiti, you go to the local government system, they have the best qualified, most educated people. There's no profession you're looking for in Ekiti that you won't find in the local government system. So it depends on how you manage them and how you nest them. And my tenure there was a good one, and I thank God the record is still there. Well, the local government in the system still has a long way to go, because when you look at the people we are copying the democracy from, administration starts from the grassroots, and that is what we are supposed to be able to do. If we don't have a very strong local government administration, there's nothing that is federal about Nigeria today. We are running a unitary government, not a federal government. Because when you look at the 36 states of the country, they are supposed to be federation. Okay, every state is supposed to have its own laws. Okay, going back all the way to the local government system. Unfortunately, okay, we are talking about local government autonomy today. We need to give them the autonomy. I agree. But before you give them the autonomy, the control of the local government itself, because local government is a creation of the states. But the federal government is not allowing the states to create the local government. So when you create the local, because it is the states that actually understand the modus operandi of each local area. So and it is because we are operating a very faulty constitution. The 1999 constitution is a military constitution, and until we make a correction of that, we are going to be having problems. We are supposed to have judicial autonomy, local government autonomy, what do you call it? House of Assembly autonomy, which is a legislative autonomy. And because that is the only way we can get the system, the checks and balances that we need to make our federation work. Like I was saying before, you go to the advanced countries, the so-called advanced countries I call them, you have county system. In the US, you have the counties, which is what you call the local government here. They have county police. They have most big cities there, they have mayors, okay? And even the big universities, they have police. And it goes all the way down to the way when you have the way we structure our government in Nigeria. We need to go back to the round table and talk to ourselves. There is more to gain in diversity that we have in Nigeria. There's no part of Nigeria that you go to today that you don't see quality with them. You want to talk about the eastern Nigeria, eastern part of Nigeria, the most resourceful people. You find them there. Okay? Southwest, you know what they have here. In the northern part, when I look at the northern part of Nigeria where you can do a lot of agricultural listing, I compare them to the state of Iowa in America, where you see miles of agricultural cultivation. We don't cultivate enough here. When you travel between one state to the other or between one city to the other, all you see is forest, laying low, underutilized. So there's so many things that is wrong with us. It's not just the local government system. It's, the head is rotten. So what do you expect? In the Yoruba parlance we say, Amukun Eruewo. It's from the bottom. Because when you see somebody that's crooked and is carrying a load on the head, and why is the load crooked? Because the man itself is crooked. So what do you expect? So we need to be able to sit down on the table and work out what is good for all of us. We have to be very realistic if we still want to maintain one Nigeria.
You scratch on the autonomy.
Yes.
Governors have been advised governors have been advised to autonomy for the local government in the country. What is your view?
Well,
I want you to
governors will be advised to autonomy in some ways. Okay. The local government system that we have here is a creation of the military. Okay? Now, you call governors chief security officers of the state. Are they really chief security officers of the state? When the commissioner of police is not even answerable to the governor. So we need to sit down. It's not just about the governors alone. Yes, it is true. Some governors are very overbearing. But there are so many things that is wrong with us that we have to correct. And once we look at those things, the issue of governors being averse to autonomy will be addressed, and we will change all that.
What people have, some people have advocated the scrapping of the local government in Nigeria. Do you support the call? If you do, why? If don't, why?
First of all, I will not support the scrapping of the local government. I was just talking about how in the Western world where I studied, where the local government is the most powerful, the counties. They have police counties. I remember growing up too, we used to have local police. What happened to us? Why are we scrapping them? Everything that the federal government is doing, are they really, taking charge? No, they're not. So it's an aberration for somebody to be thinking that the local government system should be scrapped because they are the closest to the people. All we need to do is put standards in place whereby we'll make sure that the people that administer the local government are competent people. We have a lot of retired civil servants who have understand the nitty-gritty of governance. When they retire, most of them retire at the age of 60. And most of them live up to 90. What do they do with the rest of their life? Why don't we draft them into the local government system, local government administration, and make use of what they have learned while they were in the service of the government? It doesn't. Do you think it is the federal government that will be able to go to my village and understand my people? No. It is the local government. The local government needs to be strengthened rather than anybody thinking or talking about scrapping it. It needs to be strengthened because that is where the people can feel the pulse of the government, not with the federal government. See all these federal roads we have here in Nigeria. We don't need them. How many federal roads can the federal government handle? We've been battling Ado-Akure Road for God knows how many years. Come on. Give the local government more resources to be able to handle local roads so that states can handle, intra-city roads and other projects they are doing. The states should have more responsibility, followed by the local government. The federal is just too huge in Nigeria. It's too big. Can you tell me in the United States you have more than 1,000, if not over 18,000 police forces there? Okay? And we are talking about one NPF. What do they mean by Nigerian Police Force? Should it be by force? We should move away from the colonial languages that we were using. There's no way the IG can man. That is why we have a lot of kidnappers, bandits roaming around. If look at what the Southwest region have done with Amotekun, they should make sure that the Amotekun is empowered more. Amotekun can't even carry guns legally because the police, Nigerian police, will not allow them. Why? These are the same people that could go into the bushes, into our forest. The traditional rulers should be empowered, should be given the mandate. You give us the people that will be in Amotekun. We know the hunters. We have to apply traditional measures to our problem. Because when you have the forest in the Southwest, and it works very well with today's ecosystem. Okay? How many people who fell trees are cutting them, are replanting them today? So we have to empower the local government system. They can be collecting the tenement rates to develop the various communities. They can also be working with the bureaucracy to set up things. We can generate revenues. People are building houses all over the place without any law. They don't follow anything. You go on one street, before you know you hit somebody else's kitchen. And you have to make a detour. These are some of the things we need. I presided over the local government staff. And I know what we have there, but they don't have enough they're doing. Very educated people. We have architects there, we have engineers, we have community developers there, everybody there. But they're not being utilized.
What's the way out?
The way out is to empower the local government system. The way out is to strengthen the local government, to make sure that we put good structure in place. We're talking about community policing, but there are some guidelines that should go with community policing. These are some of the things that we need to do so that we can strengthen. If we strengthen the local government administration, a lot of our problems will be solved. We don't have to be going to Abuja every month cap in hands to collect the monthly money they're sharing. We should look inwards. There's no part of this country that you go to that you will not see people. Come on, go to Benue State there. Food is food basket. Foods are wasting away in the farms there because there are no roads. Okay? And the ones where you have roads that will get the foreign herders will not allow them to stay in the farm. Can you see the cost of food today? It's unbelievable. I'm in the agricultural sector today. Okay, I package food. When you see a Congo of Garina going for about 600 naira, things that shouldn't be more than 200. Because people can't go to the farm anymore. So the prices of everything is going on. So there are things we need to address. Security, security, security. Very important.
People of the Fountain.